here's a fun thing. We're about to change the channel and talk about the Syfy Sistas for just a moment here. Sabrina Wood, Tamia Harper, you are just two of the Syfy Sistas, right?
Correct.
Can you tell us a bit more? How did this idea come about? When did this start? Was it just kind of like a fun joke that you used to say, and then it just kind of grew bigger? Like Michael and I used to say, oh, we should start a group called Star Trek for Cool People. And then we just kind of said it more and more. And then Michael wrote a song about it. And anyway, It kind of grew from there.
Yeah.
What was the genesis of the Syfy Sistas?
Oh, you want to take it, Tamia? Because
I was going to knock it over to you, but okay, I'll tell you the condensed version. So online, Fran and Sabrina. So the other Syfy sisters include Fran Taylor, who is an OG Trek fan, and along with Sabrina. And we just recently added Yvette Blackman-Tom, who is like superstar Trek fan of
We love Yvette.
And JD Keeling, who's another superstar fangirl who also does like cooks recipes from Trek, different Trek recipes. She's amazing. So we add, and she's our millennial in the group. So we've got a wide representation of ages. So we went to Awesome Con in 2018. Sabrina and Fran had been each other's support online in different Trek groups. And, every time you bring up something relating to the fact that, somebody is Black or this has cultural significance and Trek, and there was this huge population of people who were like, don't bring politics into my Trek. I just want to watch Star Trek. I don't want to think. It must be so nice to just watch something and not think about where you are in it. So anyway, they were each other's support, and they met up at Awesome Con. We went to a panel there about Discovery, and we're all excited because it was the first season of Discovery. We've got a Black woman at the head of this Trek show, of this massive show, kicking off CBS All Access, right? Like so much.
Hold on to your earrings. Your earrings are snapping.
We're stoked. And then next thing you know, they don't talk about her.
And they went all around. I mean, we were raising our hands because we wanted to talk about Michael. It was like me and Fran were there. A friend came. We were there. Come on, girl. We're gonna talk about Michael. It's gonna be good. They talked about everything else in that show except Michael. I said, I'm about to pop off. So we came out of the convention room, and Tamia, you were there. JD was there too, and we were just like, okay, you know what? We're just gonna have to find our own thing or something because this can't go on.
And I was like, we should do a podcast. We were all like, man, we got to do our own, make our own space. And I said, we should do a podcast. And Sabrina and Fran looked at each other and go, we've been working on this. We've been thinking about this.
We'd already started it.
And that's how believe it or not, that's actually a condensed version of the story. Sorry.
Yeah. So it came from angst and like
that's usually the best motivator is when you say there's something missing. Well, maybe I should do it then.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
We just wanted to, we just hear, why is Michael so smart? Why is she the justice warrior, social justice warrior? Why is she crying all the time? It's like, because she can, because she's a star, because I like it. That's why.
You get tired of defending somebody or defending myself or the way that my fandom is, so we decided to just make our own space. And I think that that's something really valuable for anybody out there who's listening and not seeing themselves represented or not seeing your opinions, your thoughts, your experiences validated by people. Stop trying to get them to agree with you. Stop trying, just forget about them. Go do your own thing. Like we just made Syfy. So we made a space for ourselves in a community on Facebook even before we got a podcast going. And now we have a lovely family on the Syfy Sistas Mothership on Facebook. And a book club that's fantastic. And it's a really supportive community. It's extremely diverse. We have a ton of different people who are passengers on the mothership who understand that this is a forum for the highlighting expression, talking about creation by Black folks, for Black folks, and other people of color and Indigenous folks. Like, we are the stars of this show in this space.
And they want to know. They just want to. They want to know. I mean, we did a show called we have a thing called the Syfy Sistas Salon, and we decided to do a show about IDIC and infinite diversity and infinite combination. I said, if you're into Star Trek, and this should be your base philosophy.
Right.
So we were going to explain it, and we wanted to. So how do you express IDIC in everyday life? How do you go about every day showing that you want to be diverse and you want to be inclusive? Like, what do you do? And so we had this really deep conversation with a bunch of different people about, the lines and, the division and how you could overcome it, and, things that happen at work, things that happen, with your families. And it was, people really appreciated it. And I really appreciated hearing other people's impressions about how they felt about, what they see in some of the group things going on, to some of the language. One of the things I really want to make sure we never do is put a post up, like, for example, this gets on my nerves, like, who's your least favorite captain? Like, I don't need to, why are we even going to go from there? It's like, no, it's not my least favorite captain or my least favorite franchise or my least favorite anything. I love them all. Let's talk about the ones, as I said the other day to somebody, I said, why do you want to sit there and talk about TOS and say it was this, it was that, it was cheesy, it was that? I said, why can't we just be inspired by the ingenuity instead of looking for the snark?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. It was a very, it is what it is. It's 55 years old. I mean, like, let it go.
Right.
But, and I think it's important to note too that what differentiates us from a lot of other fan groups out there is that we don't focus on just one fandom.
Right.
We talk about Black folks, Indigenous folks, people of color, all across the spectrum of science fiction and fantasy. And that's what we really, because we are involved in all these aspects, and it's how we see ourselves in the future, and looking, and how we look back to the past to create our future as the basis, as a foundation of faith and strength to move forward into the future is very unique to especially to the American Black experience, but to the Black experience overall. But not just to Black experience. Maybe unique isn't the right word, because it's also unique to Indigenous people's experience.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely shapes how the work that we put out into the world.
Now, speaking, sorry, go ahead and finish.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, speaking of the future, I did want to ask, what do you, the two of you, envision for the Syfy Sistas, say 5 years from now? What would you like to see, whether it's a week from now, in the direction going towards what you're looking for 5 years from now, or just what do you see 5 years from now? What would you hope to see?
People ask us that, and so it just kind of
I thought I was being original.
And that's a great question, because we're so far beyond where we thought we might be when we first started already, in a really relatively short amount of time. That the planning for the future is to keep saying yes. Yes, we want to participate. Yes, we want to expand with our book club. The podcast is going. Maybe one day we'll be on YouTube like you guys. When we get all grown up. You
should just get started now. You're grown up.
Yeah. We're just looking forward to participating in as many different panels and discussions and fostering. I really see us being a place of fostering talent, and community. So I really see us being. I'd like to use us to be as a springboard for artists and authors to really get their work out, and other podcasters. That's what I would like to be. I've seen some other people have a big podcast network. I can see us having our own network. I can see us having, art shows. These are things that we're already talking about in discussion. Anything that moves the needle forward on Black creativity and Afrofuturism, and seeing ourselves and making it known about our presence in the future. like making it very normalized that when you think of the future, you see brown people there. You know, that's our goal.
Right.
Sabrina?
Sounds exciting.
Well, I think one of the things, like Tamia was saying, I really think that I would love to be able to be at the position that we could promote things or produce things and say, all right, this person is really hot. I love this book. Let's get this out there and just make sure that, you know, everyone knows about it. For example, I really would like everyone to be familiar with, instead of Black science fiction, it's science fiction. You know, you should know these authors just like I know Ray Bradbury. You need to know Octavia Butler, and don't tell me about the one book she wrote. You know, can you name the second book? You know, so
or any,
like, oh, you know, any book.
Name the books that she actually did hard sci-fi with.
Yeah, you know, so
like,
you know, there was just a list that came out this morning, and I blew a gasket on this because it said, oh, here are the 30 books that you need to read to be called well read, and it just put out by Inc. magazine.
I bet I've read 0 of them.
I've read a lot of them, but there was not one Black American author on the entire list at all, not one. And so my friends, they said, no, Toni Morrison. I said, no. Octavia Butler, nope. Nobody.
Maya Angelou,
nope. Nope.
Wow.
Nope. James Baldwin, nope.
No, I lost my mind. I canceled my subscription to the thing. I said, unsubscribe me, because if this is what you're telling me is well read, I got to go. But so it is just that kind of thing. And I don't think it comes from a place of I'm not putting any Black people on there. It comes from a place of they don't know.
Right.
I don't know, though. You know what? I don't know. If you don't know Toni Morrison and you're sitting there writing an article about what's well read, you need to stop.
Right. Period.
I'm going to take it back. No, I'm not giving it to her. No, that list is wrong.
That's a one-way ticket to unsubscribe.
Hey, make it 50. If you can't do it in 30, go to 40. Ain't nobody stopping you from adding a couple of numbers.
31. Hey.
31 books you need to read.
So everybody,
we want to stop.
Everybody at home, note the spelling, Syfy Sistas. I wasn't just saying that because I'm from Boston. It ends with an AS, not an ERS, but we will include all their information in the description box below, so you don't have to worry about exactly how to spell things. It's all there. You get it. It's fun. And may I just say, you see how much fun they are to talk to? They're always like that. This is not just for the show. They're great. Check out their podcast. Check out their group. They're really good fun. Support. Be a part of it. It's a nice community. We love them.
Thank you. It is a nice community. It is a nice community of people. Yeah. We love all our friends in there. They're all friends.